What's up, everyone? Welcome back. And today we're gonna talk about the rerun of the Part 2 Christmas 2024 Summon. Yeah. So this banner came on mid-December, was a mid-month banner for the Christmas, and I'm gonna talk about how good it is. Should you summon? Should you not summon on it? Is it worth it? And well, yep. Let's get into it. So. First of all, the main banner character, both Lil Toto and also Gremmy, are really, you could call them the best characters. Not really the best, but Lil Toto, as in specifically, it's the only version of Lil Toto we have, and oddly enough, it's a seasonal. For some reason, they just never went to make the normal version of Lil Toto and just dropped a seasonal. On the other hand, we also have a third version of Grammy. And well, I guess people weren't really happy we got a Grammy, another one. But other than that, Lil Toto is a really good. Actually, I think you could call it the best, maybe best, second best melee Storm Raider killer, and the guild quest is dropping in a day, I think. Yeah, in a day. And so he's obviously a better option. This banner also dropping tonight, or well, tomorrow for me, but that means obviously with the guild quest. So if you don't have a good melee, or you can't really run or finish maybe Nightmare Guild Quest, or maybe you just don't go very hard and all. If you don't have a good melee Stem Raider, then Lil Toto is your good option, or best option, I guess. On the other hand, we also have Gremmy. Gremmy is a good side character. I forgot what his killer is, but I know like his boost is like 50% boost. I'm not sure exactly, but we're gonna talk about each stats of every character, including the filler. So we'll just wait for that one. But other than that, let's look at the filler. So the filler, well, let's just say it's garbage. I mean, obviously depends on the last banner we had, and the last banner was in fact more garbage than this. Basically, there's only two characters in the filler that you really need, or rather, you can use them, and those two are Grammy and then Liliel. So Grammy is a, did I call him Grammy? God damn it, Grimjow. Yeah, Grimjow. Sorry. Grimjow is a really well, decent, let's say decent mine farmer, or sorry, heart farmer, and you can just use him on farming, and that's pretty much it. Naliel is a side, I think, Soul Reaper melee, because I remember using it with Onahana. So he's a side melee, no, side melee Soul Reaper killer, and it's a really good, decent one. Renji is, I mean, could use him for farming, but obviously Grimjow here is a better version. Toshiro is a garbage. Orihime is garbage. Shuhei is also garbage, and Gin is just definitely one of the worst skins they've ever done. Like, his movesets are garbage. Let me just tell you, this guy throws the roses he's holding. He literally throws them as his attack. And I'm telling you, I regret having this character. But other than that, let's just go through obviously their stats one by one. So we have Lil Toto, and Lil Toto is, as I said, a melee Storm Raider killer, and obviously it's a killer plus. Her soul trait is strong attack reaches minus 12% and damage to drain enemies plus 30%. This also means she is a decent, actually really good link for Grammy as well, since Grammy also the tech Grammy also uses Drain, so obviously she's a good link as well. But obviously we're going to mostly talk about her ability in Guild Quest. She does lack Torrents and Drain, not pluses obviously, though interesting. But other than that, her EX move is also provides shield. Her link over her stats are Team Party, Quincy damage to status unlimited affected enemies plus 30%, Debilator plus 2 seconds, Devastation plus 60%, Frenzy plus 2 or Frenzy plus 3 in Guild Quest, Havoc plus 20%, increased status unlimited chance against cleansing enemies plus 10%, Killer Effect plus 30% or 50% in Guild Quest, Marauder and then melee damage plus 10% or 30% Guild Quest, status unlimited spiritual pressure boost plus 80% and weaken defense. Basically a character you really need. If you don't have a decent or I guess a good stun rate or killer melee, then Liltotto is your option. But generally speaking, because of the filler, it's not really worth it summoning on this banner. But yeah. Now let's talk about Gremmy. Okay, now I know what his killer is. Gremmy is a Soul Reaper melee killer. But obviously there are other options, and as you can see, he has two boosts. Like literally, the guy was made for boost. Like if that version of Grammy that we know is not a boost, this guy made for boost. Now this Grammy is a NAD unit. Actually, I should have said that Liltotto is a NAD unit. But other than that, he's a NAD unit. He has a link slot of normal attack damage plus 35%. He has Booster plus 30%, Bruiser plus 70%, Enhancer plus 10 seconds, Flurry plus 1 or Flurry plus 2 in Guild Quest, Killer Effect 30% or 50% GQ, Long Reach plus 20%, Marauder melee damage plus 10% or 30% GQ, Poise, and then Star Barrier plus 15. That's insanity. And two boosters. I'm not sure exactly what the boosters really do, I guess, other than just boosting your stats, but like 2 is definitely insanity. Also, no status armament, I guess so. It's a 9 unit, you don't really expect them to. But yeah, he's a good side, but I guess they were like, you know what? I don't know. Should we just put Neliel on this banner too? Because literally, if you get Grammy from it, you really don't need Neliel. I mean, I guess you go with 2 units. I'm not sure, but obviously the problem with this is that his focus is very low, meaning since focus is now the meta for GQ, Grammy is probably a top good site. But obviously, if you have Naliel, she probably showed up in other banners. Then I don't really see any reason for summoning this, because obviously the other characters aren't that good. Next up, we have Grammy. Oh God, I called it Grammy again. God damn it, Grimjow. Sorry, my bad. Grimjow. Grimjow is a Espada who kills Quincy's. He's a side unit. He does drain damage, and his link is strong attack damage plus 35%. A really good link, not gonna lie. Other than that, his skills are Team Party, might attribute Rancor damage to status element affect enemies plus 40%, damage to drain enemies plus 40%, Debilator plus 2 seconds, Devastation plus 40%, Frenzy plus 1, Heart Link Slot Potion plus 10, increased status element chance against Heart attribute plus 10%, status element spiritual pressure boost plus 80%, and strong attack recharge minus 12%. So basically a decent to good uh farmer. Obviously, if he has Super Link Slot Potion, he would have been also useful in farming Super Link Slot Potion, but since he doesn't, he's just a good farmer for Link Slot Potions. That's pretty much it from Grimjaw. Yeah, I finally said his name right. Okay, next up we have Neliel. Neliel. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a captain killer. Okay, my bad. So Neliel is a. I guess it makes sense since Onohana is also a captain killer. Why did I make a mistake here? Well, either way, he's a range. Okay, forget about it. Or whatever he said, just forget about it. Neliel is a captain killer, normal attack damage plus 30%. She is a nat unit, and her SA2 does shield or gives shield and also boost. So I'm pretty sure that's not a melee. I don't know. Either way. Uh, her skills are Team Party, Speed, Attribute Character, Normal Attack Damage plus 20%, Booster plus 30%, Complete Status Immunity plus 100%, Enhancer plus 10 seconds, Flurry plus 1, Gauge Rampage plus 1. Obviously, she has Gauge. Not my favorite, but I'll take it. I mean, kinda, either way. Multi Barrier plus 2, Start Gauge plus 70%, except in Brave Battles. I don't know why that exists. Nobody's ever gonna use her. Strong Attack Recharge minus 12%. And basically, she's a good nat unit. A decent. Decent nat site, sorry. Pretty much what we're gonna get from now on. Next up, we have Neji, a New Year Neji. Neji is Neji. Oh my God, what's happened to me? Renji. It's Renji. Yeah, Renji. So Renji from New Year seasonals is a Rancor killer, a NAD unit, and his link slot is normal to attack damage plus 20%. He also does a Lactarance and has a SA2 of shield and boost. Well, let's talk about his skills. Berserker plus 40%, Debilator plus 2 seconds, Enhancer plus 10 seconds, Flare plus 1, Follow Up plus 1, Killer Effect plus 30% or 50% in GQ, Melee Damage plus 10% or 30% in GQ, and then Multi Barrier plus 2 and Poise. I did do another mistake. I think I said it was a farmer, maybe I made a mistake. But yeah, actually, he's a decent GQ character, but obviously when you have someone like Asnot, I don't think you really need a side like Renji. I think there's better sides for a Anchor Killer, I'm not sure. Next up we have Toshiro. I think it's Christmas 2021. Toshiro is a no affiliation killer sat unit who deals or the element is freeze. Interesting. Now, his link or his skills are his link is strong attack, recharge minus 12%, and his skills are berserker plus 40%, bruiser plus 20 seconds, debilator plus 5 seconds, devastation plus 40%, frenzy plus 1, havoc plus 20%, increased status augment chance against technique attribute no affiliation enemies plus 10%, sprinter plus 1, and technique link slot potion plus 5. You really don't need him. That's pretty much what I can tell you. Uh, I mean, let's be real. There's literally nothing. He's been replaced in every aspect. Even his killer, the new Shinji, is literally the replacement of him. Literally, you don't need him. Literally. And I hope you don't get him, really. Next up, we have Orihime. Orihime is a Rancor killer. I think it's a farmer, maybe. She is a side unit who does burning, and also her SA2 is a healing plus shield. Healing is a really good, I mean, nowadays it's not really a good skill, or I mean, moveset. But other than that, let's go through it. So, Orihime has Berserker plus 40%, Bruiser plus 20%, Debilator plus 2 seconds, Devastation plus 40%, Frenzy plus 1, Havoc plus 20%, Medic useless, Multi Barrier plus 2, and Speed Link slot potions plus 5. So basically, you don't need her. Because, um, I think we have, I mean, I personally use other characters for my Speed Link slot. I use a version of Grim Jow that I don't know what they call it. I think it's from Coca Society or something. I personally believe there's a better farmers than her. I'm not sure, I need to check that. But yeah, other than that, look at the stats. Come on. Next up, we have Shuhei. And let's just say you literally do not need this character. Shuhei is a technique hollow killer, and it's a range. So when I say about range, I mean literally Grim. You do not need this guy, even though he's a GQ, supposed to be a character. He's a NAD unit who does slow, absolute garbage. I mean slow. yes, for like Sentaima, not it's not that bad, but like, oh come on, yeah. Other than that, his link is normal attack damage plus 20%. His skills are Team Party Technique attributes Soul Reaper normal attack damage plus 20%, Berserker plus 40%, Bruiser plus 30%, damage to slowed enemies plus 40%. Okay. Defibrillator plus 5 seconds. Okay, I guess you gave him that. Flurry plus 1, Poise, range damage plus 10% or 30% in GQ, and then Sprinter plus 1. Useless. I mean, guess the link's not that bad. I mean, I think we got better links for technique, but come on, you don't really need them. There's obviously Gremmy, who's gonna just literally demolish every boss, I guess. I mean, as for units of help, I guess I personally use I think it's called Roka from the novels, but there's really no use for him, literally. Okay, last and probably the most hated, another manipulation killer power. It's the skin. And let me tell you, a lot of people hate the newest seasonal skin they did last year. I understand, but I hate this with passion, and I mean literally with passion. I hate what this character was even meant for. Okay, so this skin is a no affiliation killer. Obviously, we have Shinji. No need for him. His link is strong attack recharge minus 12%. He's a side unit who has a soul bomb with I think that's last big survival. Okay. Also does paralyze on all of his attacks. His links are Team Party, Power Attributes, Soul Reaper damage to status element affected enemies plus 20%, Berserker plus 40%, Bruiser plus 20%, damage to paralyzed enemies plus 20%, Defibrillator plus 5 seconds, Devastation plus 40%, Frenzy plus 1, Havoc plus 20%, and then Sharpshooter. Well, let me tell you, I know I wasn't joking. This Grammy literally uses the rose he has in his hand to attack. And these roses, they don't affect the surrounding. You literally need to shoot it. You literally need to hit the guy with those roses. I'm just telling you, his movesets are annoying. Because, like, I think my first no affiliation killer when I started playing was this guy because they did, like, free summons of, like, seasonal characters. And I hated how garbage the movesets are. Like, I just don't know how to explain this. But yeah, like I just okay, I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, so basically that's pretty much what you're gonna get from these character. Obviously, I did make some mistake, but the filler is not really something you should summon for. And if you're just summoning for the banner characters, I don't really recommend it because I understand. Well, it's most of more than half of the characters you might need, or actually less, because these four are the only ones. But personally, I don't recommend it. It's not a good banner, and Gala probably knew what they were doing, giving us garbage, literally garbage, for filler, and then just put in these two characters that are really good, and then they just give us the fact, go for summon. Also, before I finish the video, I should say there's no pity. And yes, I mean, you could say, you know what, I'm gonna just gamble and do 5 steps, but I highly don't recommend because the new banner is coming the end of the month in exactly a day or so after this banner. So you basically wait to see what the end of the month is. And then if you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna gamble and get Liltotto, it's the only version of her, then go for it. Obviously, a lot of people are saying that we might get Liltotto or Rose for the end of the month. It's probably a 1,000 year blower, but we said that for the last one too, and we got cooked for what we got. But yeah, basically, other than that, I'm just telling you, wait 2 days, see what the next banner, actually a day, see what the next banner or the end of the month is, and then just summon. This banner's staying. Don't really need to. And stay in less than 7 days. That's crazy. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I should remember 7 days. Either way, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys don't summon on it yet and wait for it. Don't listen to your friends if they're saying gamble, gamble. Do not listen to them. Just wait for the end of the month. If you want to summon on them, just wait and then do the summon. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and that's it. Peace out.